Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my 4 top tools that I use when I do stakeholder analysis. Did you know that the biggest mistake that you can make is to think that your project is all about tasks and deadlines, while in fact, it's all about the people. Stakeholders really have the power to either make or break your project, and that is why I'm going to share with you my 4 top tools that I use to do stakeholder analysis. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Terry Nisolo and I am your project mentor. I have over 10 years of experience in the field of operational excellence and continuous improvement, working from a variety of different projects, ranging from small process improvements all the way to big digital transformation type projects. Now, when I started working on projects, I was not confident. I questioned everything that I did. I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. I felt like I was a bit of an imposter. And really it gave me a bit of anxiety and impacted my ability to work on projects. Now, more than 10 years later, I've learned so much along the journey in terms of different strategies, techniques, tools, tips, shortcuts, hacks, that has really improved my confidence and my ability when working on projects. And what I'd like to do in these videos is I'd like to share what I've learned with you guys to make it easier for you when you work on your own projects. So let's get started and talk about my 4 top tools when it comes to doing stakeholder analysis. The first stakeholder analysis tool that I like to use is something called the Stakeholder Register. And effectively what a stakeholder register is, it's a document listing all the stakeholders as well as key information about them. So you might want to include their job title, their role, their department, their region, and any other information that you feel is relevant to get to know your stakeholders. The benefits of using a stakeholder register is that it provides a clear view of who's involved, their roles, and their expectations. And I like to use a stakeholder register to keep track of my stakeholders and also to organize their information in a very structured format. And the question of when to use a stakeholder register, I like to use a stakeholder register at the beginning of the project, but also throughout the project, because you will continuously keep adding more stakeholders as your project evolves. So I kind of call the stakeholder register more of a working document that you continuously update throughout your project. The second stakeholder analysis tool that I like to use is something called a stakeholder map. And the reason why I like this tool is because it's a visual representation of your stakeholders, their relationships, as well as the influence of each other in the project. The benefits, as I mentioned before, is that it helps provide a visual representation of the dynamics in the group, and it's really good to understand which stakeholders could possibly impact each other. And when to use a stakeholder map, generally you would draw out a stakeholder map at the very beginning of a project so you can start to already identify key players or people with key influence in the project. If you're liking this video, I would really appreciate it if you click on the like button below and also subscribe to my channel for new updates on working on projects or more information about stakeholder analysis. And I also wanted to say that as your project mentor, I am always willing to help you. So if you're dealing with a challenge or if there's something that's bothering you, feel free to drop a comment below and I will do what I can to help you to the best of my ability. The third stakeholder analysis tool is something called the Power Interest Grid. Now, don't worry too much about what this looks like because I will be creating additional videos to explain how to create this stakeholder analysis tool and how to use it. But basically what this tool does, it helps to plot the stakeholders based on their level of power in the project as well as their level of interest. So you can quickly identify which stakeholders you want to manage closely, keep satisfied, keep informed, or monitor throughout the project. The benefits of a power interest grid is that it helps us prioritize our engagement efforts and allows us to focus on key stakeholders. And why we use this tool is that it helps to identify and manage stakeholder priorities as well as their expectations. And I would generally use the power interest grid when you're getting to a point when you're planning your engagement strategies. So you want to identify what strategies do you want to adopt for dealing with different stakeholders in your project. And lastly, the final stakeholder analysis tool that I like to use is something called a RACI Matrix. What a RACI Matrix is that it's a chart that defines different roles and responsibilities according to different project tasks in your project. The benefits of a RACI Matrix is that it clearly clarifies who is responsible, accountable, who needs to be consulted, and who needs to be informed during different tasks of the project. And why we use it is we do this so that we can clearly assign our stakeholders different roles and responsibilities among the different tasks in the project. And when to use it, you use this RACI Matrix when you're getting to a point of action in your project and when you need to assign roles and responsibilities of the project. And that concludes my 4 simple stakeholder analysis tools. So what I've done is I've created a summary slide for you where on the left-hand side you will see the different stakeholder analysis tools going from your Stakeholder Register, Stakeholder Map, Power Interest Grid, and RACI Matrix, and you can compare the different tools against each other. So this is just a nice summary slide showing you guys everything. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found the videos helpful and useful. If you have any thoughts or comments about the video or about the topic, I would love to hear from you, so please drop a comment below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye bye.